Planned Brotherhood is not affiliated or associated with Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood is a registered trademark of Planned Parenthood Federation of America, Incorporated. Bitches!
It must have been, it must have been, it must have been a happy time. It must have been, it must have been, it must have been a happy time. The sun would shine, the candy bars, Kool-Aid flowing like wine, the comic books, the TV shows, the bubble gum, the kitty cat.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to episode 124 of Planned Brotherhood. Air Raid host Aaron joins us for the first time. Why? Because we love him. Why? Because he loves us. Happy Thanksgiving.
My laugh came too soon. I ruined it.
I know we always try to weed our laugh out of the disclaimers when they're done in studio, and
Just kind of the same way when you guys came on my show and you laughed too soon.
I still put that on PJ. PJ derailed that thing from the beginning.
That day was kind of a blur to me.
Especially when you were parallel parking in front of my house.
Well, you gotta understand, I was drunkenly parking pretty badly.
We've talked about it before, but for those who haven't heard Aaron's show Air Raid, listen to episode 17. Then go back if you want to.
Please, God, listen to episode 17.
Now
listen to any fucking episode.
By now you're on like
sake.
22, right?
We just finished episode 22, yeah.
How'd you celebrate?
Fan right here. Yeah. What was that milestone like?
It was
22.
amazing. It was absolutely amazing because it was a Sunday, and yeah, I just got schnockered. Me and the wife went down to Ahura and got some prostitutes. And
Is there really prostitutes in Ahura?
Oh yeah, dude.
I gotta
Really?
assume.
Yeah, you guys come over sometime and we'll hang out and we'll just go a block away from my house and just watch them walk up and down the street. If you want. I mean, I'm not gonna force
I do
you
want
guys.
to. I want to do that.
You're not twisting my arm, buddy.
You have that nice little Irish pub by your house where I drank. Remember they were serving all this weird stew and stuff while we were there?
Yeah, what was that?
The triangle or something.
Yeah,
like
it was,
that,
Yeah.
it
right?
was something triangle.
Yeah.
The green. I want to say the green triangle because it's an Irish. I don't know.
Yeah, there's.
It wasn't the Bermuda Triangle,
No,
right?
no.
I was wearing Bermuda shorts.
No,
that's
that was Caribbean theme. I don't know if that's in the Caribbean. I don't know geography at all. You on iTunes yet?
Oh my God.
22 episodes in.
You gotta
man.
start
Dude.
over, right? Call it quits and
We
just
didn't even have
try
microphones
again.
in
Just try again. Just rename the whole thing.
Yeah.
Get a new website. Dude, it has been an absolute fucking nightmare. It really has. And like, they keep on switching the people that I'm dealing with off at iTunes. So like,
So what is the issue?
There's
Like,
no way.
we kind of
there's-
fell into it. It was
there-
just something that happened.
we don't know what the issue is. They won't tell us what the issue is. They won't tell us anything. They just keep on copy and pasting the little FAQ, problem posts on
That's what I
every
do for my
email
job,
that
by
they
the way.
send.
I seriously have that fucking FAQ pulled up all day long.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Login issues? Here you go.
Yeah. Well, it's just frustrating because that's where people get most of these podcasts. And
Yeah,
they're
and
not up on there.
This
It
might be a
doesn't
little
feel real.
inside baseball, but can you keep track of numbers without being on iTunes?
We
I guess
can-
they divide it up, don't
Yeah,
they?
you would be able to keep track of numbers, but you're just missing a lot by
Right,
not being
right.
on iTunes.
Right, and we've already had a couple people have emailed us about us not being up there, and like
Yeah.
Mine had
You
some
know,
curses in it. I was
Well,
frustrating.
I don't know if this is the quickest way to do it, but what I have to do is go to the website, right-click, download it to my computer, and then put it like in some weird folder in my iTunes.
yeah, from the
Right.
RSS.
Because if it's not
Yeah.
if it's not on my iPod, I'm not listening to it.
Well, remember you can go directly to the website and stream it from the website too.
I repeat, if
Or
it's on
if
my
you have-
iPod, I'm not listening to it.
If you have,
Are you already fucking plugging?
I
Go ahead, give the URL. People got to know where to find this somewhere.
if I'm
there
sitting
might be a triple W in there somewhere. I don't know.
if I'm sitting at my computer, I'm either playing some sort of game where I can't be distracted, or looking at porn, or I have to listen to a podcast on my iPod while I'm walking. I walk like 2 hours out of every day.
I listen to it through my computer sometimes, a podcast, but that's only because of the nature of my job. What else am I going to do? Go crazy? No,
Yeah,
I got to listen to
exactly.
something.
Exactly.
Right. What are your guys' favorites?
Podcasts?
Yeah.
I'll let you start.
Well, I mean, are we going pro or R level?
No, let's
Because
start with
R
pro.
level, none. Except Ari done it.
Yeah.
Little above us.
At least you have a website, buddy.
I
guys got a
look
website.
forward to Never Not Funny, Jimmy Pardo's. I think Jimmy Pardo, something. We were talking about Gabe, former guest of the show, before we started here,
Were we talking or yelling?
and he's
My voice did not raise a register. I can say that.
he's stand up
It was all me.
inclined, and I know a couple of people. One guy who really wants to be on the show who's stand up inclined, but like they don't listen to other comedians. To me, I always say to my friends who aspire to be comedians, who shouldn't because they don't even respect it the way I do.
And they don't laugh at your jokes nearly enough.
Right.
Yeah, so you just fucking
Right.
hate them.
but they don't appreciate like the master. And what I'm saying is Jimmy Pardo is like a master of comedy. There's really no funnier than that guy in my opinion. And
He's pretty damn good.
Well,
What about
we met him and we have a picture.
Did you
with
hear
him.
that he opened for Louis C.K. here in Seattle the other day?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
at all.
Louis C.K. was in?
Yeah, he was at the
Oh,
Moore here
that's
just a
right.
couple
Yeah,
nights
Jimmy
ago.
Pardo
sold out in
opened
like
for him?
15
Yeah.
minutes.
And
right?
Matt, that guy you met today, said
Yeah.
Jimmy Pardo wasn't that funny. I think Matt was having an off night.
That must be it, really. Jimmy Pardo, check him out. Wow, that's crazy. Did you know about it before?
No, I didn't hear about because Matt had already got tickets to see Louis C.K. and so he had texted Kelly when he went in and said Jimmy Pardo's opening, like it was news to him too. And I think he's even a fan of that show. I don't know how he couldn't have liked it.
That's an amazing show.
Yeah,
No.
it is.
Yeah.
Have you seen Louis C.K. before?
I've never seen. Well, I've seen like clips of his stand-up
No,
and
no.
stuff like that.
Obviously,
but-
that's not what I was asking. No, I did have the
We were
pleasure
running
of
into
seeing-
well,
him
he's locked in. He's locked in my garage right now. If that's what you want to
No, we're
know.
getting somewhere. Now we are getting
So you
somewhere.
see him, but only through the little holes in your leather mask.
Right.
You
Yeah.
creep
yeah.
down the stairs.
I have to look over the gag ball.
He's
that's
fatter
in my
in person and upstairs, like.
Yeah, he's an amazing comedian though. That would be like one of my top.
He really
5.
effortless on stage. I will
Yeah.
say that. And I find his FX show to be quite hilarious, although PJ's a little cold on it. I remember I showed you one episode, and for the first half,
That's
you're
all
like,
I've seen.
this is so fucking preachy. I can't stand this show. And
Yeah.
the second laugh, you were laughing hysterically.
The second half, I was laughing hysterically. Yes.
One storyline was better than the other.
Yeah, that's true. And I hate it when shit's preachy. Shit's preachy.
My favorite podcast, Aaron? Never Not Funny.
Yeah?
That's all I got.
Yeah.
No, there's a Canadian podcast, Stop Podcasting Yourself.
Yeah, you guys
Remember?
actually turned me on to that one.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
one.
I
like
started
that
listening
one.
Nick
that
did. I
one,
don't
but,
listen to that.
I don't know why. They're so cute.
I listened to the one where they talked about me, and that's it.
One of them follows us on Twitter.
Really.
I won't say who because he might unfollow me. But that's a huge deal for me.
Do either of you guys listen to Nick? This is an any more question. Aaron, in general, you look nice today.
Yeah.
You
Well, they're
still
so
listen-
No,
sporadic.
I think I've heard of that one though.
Yeah.
It's a good one, but they're so sporadic. Like they just put them out whenever they want to, and it's crazy. I think it was like 8 months between this one and the last one. But did you listen to their newest one?
No, I haven't listened in a while.
Stitches. I was in.
Really?
Yeah, it was really funny.
I do find them hilarious, and we saw them live, so they've got a little piece of my heart always.
Where'd
I
you see?
see-
Where'd you see them live? Were they
Here
at
in
Bumbershoot?
Seattle.
No, it was the Monsters of Podcasting. It was You Look Nice Today and Jordan Jesse Go doing a live show from I don't know what area of Seattle it's in. I saw Best Worst Movie there. Usually it's like a booze theater, and they show like really
okay.
weird cult
Yeah.
stuff on weekends and
Right,
stuff.
right.
What was the name of that theater? I
Can't
can't remember either. Best Worst Movie came out today, this day of recording on DVD.
Have you not seen it?
Nope.
It's worth watching.
I'm excited.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Have you ever seen a little gem called Troll 2?
Which I've talked ad nauseum about. I was a fan of that movie
No.
before anybody else.
Oh, that's the documentary about the making of Troll 2,
about the
right?
making of Troll 2.
Did you
It's
hear
less
that they're
about the
making-
making and more about the what the fuck were these people thinking and what are they up to now?
Did you hear that they're remaking Troll 2 or something like that?
I'm sure.
And they're going
How
to
do you
make
remake a movie starting with its sequel? Now I know that it's not officially a sequel and it had nothing to do with the
Now,
first
listen to me. This is the point I want to make clear. Before America blew up over Troll 2 and Best Worst Movie, I talked about that movie on this very podcast.
Hey, I devoted an episode
I
of
didn't-
this podcast to The Room after it started to have some success.
It was after I read
Slightly
about
after.
I had read about The Room in Entertainment Weekly
You
before we
See what I did there?
recorded. before we recorded that. Troll 2, I couldn't remember the name of, and I described it, and no one knew what I was talking about.
I remember us having that conversation. You're like,
boom.
he takes a piss on the pizza. I can't believe you don't remember this. It was on HBO every day.
He
when
pees
we
on
were
the table, and they lived in a
was,
town called
Was
Millbone.
Troll 2 actually... Because I don't think I ever saw Troll
It's
2.
not about
but-
trolls, about goblins.
Goblins.
But it's the same
You know where
as
goblins come
Troll
from,
1, right?
don't
no,
you?
I'm thinking of Leprechaun.
Oh,
yeah.
There was like 7 of those.
Okay. Yeah.
I only care
'Cause
about
I
the
was
ones that were in the hood.
right.
Leprechaun
Or in
3,
space.
Leprechaun 3 had a great topless scene in it. I remember watching it over and over again as a youngster, and also
name
Jennifer
actress?
Aniston was in that one.
Jennifer Aniston
She was in the third
that?
one?
Oh, maybe it was the
No,
first.
she was in the first, and they put her on the cover way after the fact. Like all the later reissues.
I'm
The only
sure.
way to go.
That's like when you go to Fred Meyer and it's like 5 movies starring George Clooney for $3, and they're movies you have never heard of.
Roseanne's
before.
not a movie.
I
first
used to
of all.
buy. I used to buy those.
There was
was actually
the
at
Roseanne
a-
Christmas special.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours, so it counts.
We used to go every when I lived over in Ellensburg. Every time we would go grocery shopping, me and my roommate, we would go to what is it, Big Five or something like? Not Big Five.
Sporting goods store?
No,
Big
no,
Lots?
Not Big Lots. The gigantic
Big
Eastern
Pun?
Washington Super One.
Super One?
Yeah, Super One Foods.
Yeah, there's one of those in
Right.
Eberg.
I don't know why I was thinking Big Five.
Oh, yeah, you,
Maybe
went to,
'cause
you
they-
went to school in Ellensburg, right?
Right.
Yeah, there's one.
Where all the kids got really drunk on Four Loko.
Yeah. Back then, too?
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, we would go to the store and we'd buy a movie every time we went there and went grocery shopping
No,
because they
what-
were like $3.99.
What era are
okay.
we talking here? VHS or DVD? How old are you? Is what I'm asking.
VHS. I'm as old as you are. Yeah,
Well-
VHS. So we had like 4 copies of Cliffhanger.
You know, my VHS collection is something else because
I just want to say I went back and bought Cliffhanger on DVD. That's how important that is.
I want it on Blu-ray.
So, dude, it would look beautiful.
I want to
Tell me.
own. I want to own it on Betamax. I want to own it on VHS.
You see Cole
Let's
climbing
not
up
leave
that
Laserdisc
Laserdisc. Yeah, totally.
My VHS
I
collection.
got a soundtrack on 8-track.
My VHS movies are a collection that is movies that like I just can't let go, and they're either not available on DVD,
Which
or
there are still a few of. You
Right.
wouldn't think that it
or
it's
there never
possible.
have
Right.
become. And then also the only other movies I have are movies that Grandma went on a VHS frenzy. This is maybe 2 years ago.
It's all
Where
that
she-
yard sealing she does.
she
You know there's
bought-
boxes of that shit out
Right.
there.
She
You
bought,
still talk to your grandma?
not really.
We don't have a bad relationship with her. We just kind
well,
of.
the one in California we do, but otherwise, I just threw out a letter I got from her in the mail the other day. I threw it out in anger. But fucking what? Why you rating me, Grandma Fran? I'm sure somebody on that side of the family is listening. Don't fucking write me. I haven't talked to you since I was like 3. Don't tell me what an asshole I'm being in real life now. You don't know me. Anyway,
I
Way to
do.
bring up family,
Well,
Aaron.
this is like the second time I've met you, and you're pretty much an asshole.
yeah,
So.
I know, but you wouldn't write me a letter telling me not to be anymore.
Check
right?
your email, bro.
Well, I hope your email has.
I'm glad I had
Impossible
beer
to
in my
read
mouth because that would have been a cackle that nobody wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Anyway, Grandma in Yakima went on a
Dad's side of the family.
Right, she bought like 3 VCRs and just started buying so many VHSs.
3 VCRs.
Yeah, just for backup. You know, she's
Oh,
stockpiling
right,
because
yeah.
she
Those things
never.
do not last long.
She's not gonna last long, and she doesn't want to convert to DVD.
Come on, she's chugging along, dude.
She is, but nothing lasts forever.
Nice
gonna-
coasters, by the way.
Oh,
We're
thanks.
gonna get
Yeah.
a good
We're
inheritance.
gonna. Should we explain that we're recording from my bedroom? Aaron came over, like, you invite us over for your show. We hadn't met you, so we were nervous. And not only were you
Right.
totally awesome, but you have like the greatest place ever.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
And then you come over here, and I'm like, let's record in my room because my roommate's watching TV, so I didn't want to disturb her. And I'm like, so you're
No,
literally
no
sitting
worries.
on a folding chair.
Dude, I'm
sitting on the
comfortable, man.
floor.
I'm comfortable.
I
You
just
guys,
wanted to give
you
the
guys
listener a visual.
Gave me beers.
That's right.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm ready to rock.
The beers, right, guys?
Speaking
that's
of
right.
the beers, I guess.
I still have this VHS thing, but maybe I'll come back.
Oh,
to
no,
it.
no, no.
I was just gonna say the
You shit on Grandma, and I thought you were done. I thought that was the punchline.
So she was getting a bunch of VHS.
God, you're such an asshole.
And then I had switched to DVD. So
He even smells like an asshole. I can't explain how that is.
Is that what that smell is? Yeah.
Hey, I got
Smells-
Glade in here.
smells like
I
that
thought it was
guy
just
at
your
Contour
pillows. I don't
tonight.
know.
That guy at Contour tonight was stinky, and he kept standing right next to me, and the brim of his fedora really smelled like shit. So anyway,
You really narrowed in where he stunk.
I even gave Grandma rated R movies because she told me it's okay. I don't mind if they're rated because she trades them. She trades them
Sure.
at a place in town for other ones.
Our grandma does not watch rated R movies, being a
Right.
Jehovah's Witness.
So she's like, "Give me an
Okay,
R-rated
that's
movie, and
against the
I'll
rules.
just trade it for the Out-of-Towners or something like that." Yeah. And
or the Oddfellows or
You-
whatever.
yeah,
She's apparently not seen the R-rated cut of the Out-of-Towners. It gets fucking blue.
Goldie Hawn used to show her tits constantly. So I have a couple movies like Gleaming the Cube, movies that just I never found on DVD. That,
Suburbia?
I just
Was that
can't
one of them?
let
'Cause
go
that's still not on DVD.
I-
I'm talking about Richard Linklater. Suburbia,
No,
by
I
the
never
way.
owned that. You did.
Suburbia. Wait, was that the one about the kids that used to hang out in front of the gas station?
Yeah.
That's all the movie was. Yep.
Yeah. One night hanging out in front of a gas station.
Right. I
He did,
remember.
Linklater.
Became loosely obsessed with that movie when we were teenagers.
Yeah, I think
You're
that's
like,
fair
I
to
want
say.
to do that.
I want to be buff.
So the other movies that I still have are movies that I have home videos. I found some of my short movies I made with Tim.
Oh, we were talking about that.
and I've
recently.
got that VCR, Margaret's VCR at my house.
Yeah, she wants that back, by the way.
I know. Not until we watch those short movies I made with Tim. But so movies that I didn't even want to be left in her house for like a day because she would think a demon would come in. So my entire collection of movies is Gleaming the Cube, my homemade short movies, and like Idle Hands, with
Uncle
Demi
Sam.
Idle
Lovato,
hands.
Uncle Sam.
Do you know Uncle Sam?
No.
It's
Nice.
the Patriot soldier that comes
No.
back from the dead to kill people that don't believe in America.
Is that a trauma movie?
It may as well have been. Robert Forster's in
Borderline,
it,
I
so I
guess.
think that takes it out of Trump.
You ever heard of Jack Frost, the horror movie Jack
Oh, yeah.
Frost? That
Oh,
got
yeah.
popular.
It's along
Oh, I
those
saw
lines.
Jack Frost, my friend.
Yep. Exactly along those lines.
I used to be obsessed with really cheesy horror movies.
I think
That's why
Nick
I'm
was,
surprised
too.
that I never saw Troll 2.
It's pretty
Yeah.
gross.
But it was also pretty hard to see. I only ever saw it as like a 9-year-old on some random HBO channel.
Okay.
Like I never had it on tape or DVD or
Now
Kinda
I'm
like-
sure you can
kinda
get
like
it everywhere 'cause
Munchies.
of This other movie.
No, I'm sure you can get it everywhere. Munchies? I don't know.
Yeah, did you guys ever see Munchies?
Are you thinking of Ghoulies?
No.
Either way,
No.
I'm hungry.
Killer
It's,
Clowns from
it's
Outer
almost
Space?
like, oh my god, that movie fucked me up for a
Is it
while.
Killer
like
Clowns?
Ghoulies?
Yeah, Killer Clowns.
Oh,
from
Killer
Outer Space.
Clowns. Well,
Killer Clowns.
it's just I have that on DVD because I thought it'd be fun, and it was like $5. And I
Right.
hadn't seen it since I was a kid.
Still the creepiest clowns
It's
that you've ever
pretty
seen.
Fucking disturbing.
Yeah.
At my old building, I went to the neighbor guy's house to buy some pot off him, and I was awkwardly sitting there with his son, who's like 7,
Right.
waiting for my big bag of weed. And
Are you a father
just
at this
to
time? Are you feeling like a father?
I was yes and no.
Just to make the situation more awkward, you go to the movie cabinet and pop in Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I was like, "Hey, do you guys got Caligula?" But no, his
Come
son's
borrow that.
sitting there watching Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and I'm like, "Oh, I love this movie," because I haven't seen it since I was a little kid, and I was sitting there watching it with him, and didn't seem like he was scared by it at all. I remember being terrified by it.
Yeah, me too.
The cotton candy guns.
Oh,
It's
yeah, dude.
scarier,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Or when they suck out your, what'd they do? Suck out your
They put
brains
you-
or something?
they
They put
put
you in
you
the
in like
cotton
a-
candy and then they.
Oh yeah, it was a cotton candy cocoon,
Right.
and then like a popcorn gun.
Right.
It shot
Yeah,
like
yeah.
green popcorn at
Or
you.
you remember the scene where the big clown like gets in? He's in the jail or something like that, and he uses the cop as a puppet.
Oh yeah, that is fucking disturbing.
I remember
Yeah, dude.
Sibo the
That is-
clown
Yeah.
from Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Sure. Clowns in general were pretty scary. And
Yeah. Well, I think
guess.
that was it, and Killer Clowns from Outer Space like really fucked me up. Well, the first half of
fucked me
it.
up.
Mm.
Second half of it, I could pee on, and not.
You know, I
You'll
agree.
piss all
Shits.
over that huge, unrealistic spider.
right.
Yeah, I agree with that. Once Jonathan Brandis grew into that guy from the Waltons, I kind of checked out.
With that huge mole on his cheek.
I know. What
I
did that
think
do?
at some point in his life he'll just say, I should probably get that removed.
Who, the Waltons guy?
yeah.
Brandis is probably saying like, I wish I hadn't killed myself. Probably could have had a reality show by now.
Yeah. I wish I had a mole.
If you'd have just waited.
Wait, that kid killed himself?
Jonathan Brandis, yeah, from Sequest.
I prefer to think of him from
When did that
outside
happen?
Providence.
Sidekicks.
Oh, sidekicks. of
Several
course.
years ago. Several years ago.
Oh, okay.
I wrote a blog about it when he killed himself.
Did you really?
You don't remember that? It was
No.
back in the MySpace days. I wrote a blog about.
So it was a MySpace blog. That's why
I got it. That's all.
It was artwork. It was about how sidekicks truly affected me.
I gotta go home.
Right? He really brought the room down with
Never
that.
on MySpace? Come on. Some people are still on MySpace.
No, man,
Just
I was just thinking
musicians.
of Jonathan Brandis.
Oh, you're sad. I get it. Yeah. He was buried with his dolphin, so in Lance Henriksen.
Do you guys have a
They have
rim
joint
shot
plots.
possibly we can punch in there?
We're going to let you do all of
It's
our
not worth it.
editing.
I don't know if Lance
No.
Henriksen was on
You
that
don't want
show.
me doing your editing.
You don't want to edit an episode of the show either. It is a headache.
I can imagine.
I had something real quick.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to bring up...
Then I have something. Remind me.
Why don't you go first?
No, I'm just
Let's
kidding.
make this a motif.
No, go ahead.
Okay, guys, just
I'm sorry
on.
they have to see us fight.
not in front of
This
Aaron.
is so
okay?
lame, and
Can you guys believe we recorded 4.5 minutes? Like, this is flying by.
you're lying, right?
Everyone looks. So yes, of course I'm lying.
Okay.
It's been
The
3
listeners
hours.
looking down right now will be like, that cannot be true.
That was good shit. I can't do
After
that
editing,
again.
it might be the most accurate thing ever said on this podcast.
And all we've talked about is movies so far, and your hatred of grandma that I was unaware of. This seems pat and stupid now because it's so current events, but we didn't get to do that on your show because we would not allow for it to happen. So, how much?
You actually
do
told me that before we started the show too. I was like, "Hey guys, I have some news stories here," and you're like,
No.
we don't fucking do that."
We don't roll that way.
that's what P-Day said. I just went. I made a fart noise. So P-Day, how much do you know about this Four Loko controversy?
Oh,
I don't know.
What, are you done with it? See, that's why I shouldn't have brought it up.
no.
I've heard
I'm
bits
just-
here and there about.
Have you guys had it?
Yeah,
Nick
that's
has.
what I'm getting to. I just had it.
Oh, please God, tell me you brought some with you.
No, I didn't.
We have a friend coming over later.
and she's the one that acquired it the first time because you gotta find a shady mini mart that still carries it.
Well,
Because
it's
technically it doesn't get banned until tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it
I
was
mean-
that close to being banned.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
happened quick. Did you
I
hear
didn't-
how it happened?
No.
Oh, PJ,
I know
Central Washington University.
Really?
Oh, really? Eberg.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's where it happened. Is that
That's
where it happened?
well. The
I'm gonna let
the
you take this part over because I don't know the details of why it got in so much trouble. So.
Oh, okay. So the story was that there was a off-campus college party from Central.
Yeah, I
bunch
did.
of
I read this.
bunch of freshmen out in Roslyn at a cabin,
Yeah.
and the cops show up and
Reliving those northern exposure days. Did I get the right
yeah, no
show?
shit. There's a moose walking by.
Probably
At
wasn't.
all times.
yeah.
The mayor hires a moose to keep walking by.
It's on one of those
It's
string
the only
tracks
thing we
in the
have to hang on
backyard.
to.
It's really bringing our whole economy down.
Totally.
Can you hand me another beer, PJ?
Yes.
But so these kids, and it seemed to be just the girls at the party, got just shit hammered
Mm-hmm.
and started puking all over the place. Apparently, one of the girls got taken to the hospital by a friend. Everybody thought it was roofies for a long time.
Yeah. Well, you'd
When
have to assume
when
at
I
first.
read it, see, this is why I didn't make the Four Loko connection. I read the story, but they were theorizing that it was roofies.
Right, because it
somebody
was
drugged
so
what they were drinking.
because there was.
Oh yeah,
I
it didn't
mean,
come
people
out
were
for
so
a few days
messed
later
up.
what it was. It's just
Right,
everybody
right.
got sick.
I think it was like a week later,
Yeah.
almost.
I get all my news in The Stranger, and they followed up the week
Right,
with what it
once
was.
a week.
Yeah.
yeah. So, but yeah, everybody got real sick, and now Attorney General jumped on it like that.
Wow.
Because it
And,
turns out
went
it's this
after it.
crazy caffeinated malt beverage.
Well, it's like one can is 12.8% alcohol by volume.
Wow.
24 ounces.
That's
Wow.
24-ounce can is like a 6-pack.
Yeah.
And these kids were shotgunning it apparently.
yeah.
So,
Well, I had just imagined it got slipped into the punch. Like, how do you not know what you're drinking? Because
I'm sure they did know
well-
what they were drinking. They just didn't know what they were in for.
see, when I
Yeah.
drank it,
I mean, it seems-
just 2 days ago, I knew what I was in for.
right.
Well, now it's
Well,
a
now
thing.
it's just like flying
Until
off
tomorrow.
the shelves.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
this
I
could
know. It's
couldn't have been
crazy.
better PR for these
Because
guys.
I walk to the store for beer basically every night, and there have been 3 days out of the last, since whenever that was announced, the ban was coming, where people either asked if they had it or had found whatever was left in stock. of it.
right.
It's crazy.
Well, there were people talking about like at some store. I think it was here in Seattle. It's either Seattle, Linwood, or Tacoma, one of the three.
Tacoma, T-Town.
But
444?
somebody was
That's
saying
more PKD.
at a Quickie Mart that they sold like 6 pallets of the stuff to one
Oh, so this was in
person.
Springfield. That's what you're thinking.
No, every place
Yeah.
has a Quickie Mart.
Yeah.
at
Come
this
on now.
They
day.
can't call it that anymore, can they?
They
Quickie Mart?
I think
Spell it
you
differently.
spell it
Yeah,
differently.
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Anyway, go on. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying that like people have just been going crazy. I mean, this couldn't have been a better PR stunt for
Yeah.
4, you know.
Even if it's
Yeah, but they can
or
make all the money they want
Fusion
until
Industries,
midnight
whatever
tonight
they're
or 2
yeah,
o'clock.
but
or
you know
whatever.
what? Maybe it's more money than they ever would have made in 5 years until
Oh,
they
yeah,
went
totally.
bankrupt.
Well, now you got 30-year-olds are going out and buying this
Yeah,
shit.
and it's, they're a point of pop culture.
And
Yeah,
now they're
it's sort of
trying
Four
like
Loko.
because all those malt beverages are pretty crazy as far as the alcohol content.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's the mix of caffeination
Well, no, it's-
that made them sick, probably.
Right, and that's what goes. It's not just Four Loko that's getting banned tomorrow. It's everything like Sparks.
Oh, I thought they started
Everything.
with Four Loko, but they're
Sparks?
working on getting everything.
no,
Sparks
it's
is going
it's
out?
all the energy malt beverages.
Juiced?
Juiced, yeah.
I could use a juiced.
Man, I need to stock up on a few things tonight.
Yeah, you guys better make a run.
Have you guys ever blacked out drunk? I
Once.
blacked out once, and it was something called Thunderbird, which I think, by the sounds of it, would fall into the Four
Was
Loko
made by your
category.
uncle in a bathtub.
It was
Our uncle does not have a
extremely
bathtub.
high, extremely high alcohol content. I just moved into a house with some friends from like my first real job. By real job, I mean I was a busser at the Outback Steakhouse. And
Outback.
hey, house.
How many bloomin' onions have you eaten in your life?
Several, not as many as I've made though.
Are they good?
I love them.
Are you
I
asking
love-
from inexperience?
Inexperience. I've never had one.
People like crispy things, but my favorite thing about a bloomin' onion is the inside part when it's soft and kind of gooey and it's all together and you put in that bloom sauce. Oh my god, it's delicious.
Does he make
basically
that?
a
Does he make that face every time he talks about the inside of a soft, moist onion?
But
That doesn't often come up conversations with me and
but I have to say, I was too nervous to try
surprised.
a bloomin' onion until after I had already worked there like a year, so I didn't get as many as I would have liked. But I've made several.
They look good.
Sorry
Sorry to
No, that's all
jump
right.
in there. Yeah.
So I was living with some guys, and there was a party, and I had just turned my back on religion and everything like that. I was in a very party mood.
And I hadn't yet, so I hated
Right.
you still. That was probably the worst patch of our lives as
Maybe.
brothers. I mean,
Oh, you hadn't gone down that path.
right.
Yet?
No.
He was kind of mad at me for going down it.
and for smoking cigarettes in my car without asking.
So
me.
wait a minute.
That was rude of me. But you would soon join me.
PJ brought you down. Huh?
No. I just went down before him. They were separate journeys.
It was exhaustion that turned me away from that religion. I was
Yeah.
just done with it after I
Yeah,
turned into
it
an
got
adult.
old. But so anyway, I was living with these guys. I was just loving my life, and a fifth, I guess, or I don't know, a bottle of this stuff called Thunderbird came around. And it was blue, and it was really high alcohol content, and sort of on a dare that I made myself. I guess, like I told everyone, "Oh, I'll chug this real fast," and I drank it so fast that really nothing happened for like 20 minutes. So I drank a couple of beers, and then after that, I don't remember anything about the entire night. Everyone told me a million stories about what happened, but I woke up. It was seriously like 10, maybe 11 hours later. After I chugged the whole thing, the next thing I remember is like 11 hours later. I'm sitting straight up on the couch. My shoes are on. I'm
Your eyes have not
I'm
closed this whole time.
fully clothed.
Your
And-
eyes just so dry you can't even.
For
close
all
them.
I know, maybe that's just when I snapped back into the real world, because I had no idea how long I slept. If I slept, people told me I was up all night. That they did tell me I passed out next to this girl who, I'll give her full name, Amber Fullmouth Fuller, who had a reputation, and everyone was like, "Oh, she's so disgusting." But I'm like 18-year-old, just recently former Jehovah's Witness who's horny, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna go sit next to her." Obviously, she's Fullmouth Fuller, and I'm drunk, and yeah, that's my one blackout story.
What about you? You said yes one time also?
Yeah, and I'm trying to.
Remember any details?
It was. I think it was the first real time that I had ever gotten drunk too. It was. I think it was like junior high.
Oh, wow.
And
Wow.
we had snuck out, and me and
we
my
have so
buddy.
much to learn from you.
Right. Yeah. So me and my buddy Taylor, we had snuck out on my parents' house, and we stole a bunch of. We just basically mixed a whole bunch of my parents' liquor, It was like
Wow.
everything in the liquor cabinet and a beer and some orange juice. And just took everything and put it into a milk jug, a gallon milk jug.
That's
And,
very Steinbeck of you.
Oh, my
Too
God.
literary, but
And so we sipped off this thing. I mean, it just tasted like asshole. It probably tasted like Four Loko, actually.
Oh yeah,
I've had both.
I've
and
got
it
to follow up
tastes
to
like
the Four
asshole.
Loko when you're done. By the way, just my personal experience.
Yeah,
but
but
I don't think it's going to top this based on the introduction.
Based on
I
what
wasn't
you
in junior
were
high,
drinking.
first of all.
Right. Well, we walked uptown about a mile and a half up to a friend's house where his parents were gone, and it was the first time that they had ever let him stay alone, without anybody watching him. And so we went up there, and there were a bunch of people up there. And by the time, because I was swigging on this thing, and we were walking the whole way up there, so
Now, is this
my
your
blood
first
was still
time drinking?
pretty much.
And you're drinking this shit?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty nasty. But
See,
I was
my
I was
first
slugging
several
it down.
times drinking was just beer.
No, you drank some pungent shit. What Mickey's isn't beer, is it?
Malt liquor, but I mean, like, I
Mickey's is fucking.
I
gross.
drank a beer
Mickey's is gross.
every once in a great while from the time I was like 16. I didn't
Yeah.
have Mickey's till I was like 18. So for the first several times I drank, I only drank beer, and very little is what I was saying.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
It took a long time to graduate to hard alcohol, and I still need a Coke chaser.
But so we finally make it up to this house, right? And the whole time, we're really hoofing it up to this guy's place, Joel. I'm going to say his name, Joel. And so we get up to Joel's house, and by the time we get up there, nobody had really thought I was drunk because the stuff was so awful. Like, people would take a sip of it and they would just spit it out, right? But I was actually fucking swigging this stuff down. And just got so drunk, and then somebody brought a little ball of hash out.
Whoa.
And that was
As
that
a
was
junior
it.
high kid, I can't.
That was
imagine.
junior high. That was
I would
8th
shit
grade.
myself. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do today.
That was
I'm
8th
serious.
grade.
Like
Yeah.
I
I
you
puked
know what
all-
hash is? It's not that intimidating. I've smoked hash.
I've
No,
never
it's
smoked
yeah.
that.
It's it's the same as weed.
I've never
maybe.
seen a brick of it or a ball of it or whatever.
It looked like a
was.
fucking marble. I do
Oh,
remember
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
But after that, I was done, and I remember puking on my Converse All Stars, and then
So you got that far.
woke up back down at my parents' house.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Uh-oh. Did you ever...
never get caught. So
maybe
somehow I walked back.
Maybe your parents picked you up and just were too embarrassed to ever have to confront you about this.
What kids do, honey.
Oh boy,
I'm trying to think if I ever blacked out. I've come pretty close to black. Oh, there was the time. I think I may have even talked about this when I was sharing that house in Yakima. Like I was 21, Randy and Ben,
Yeah.
and they had gotten a hold of. We were all like 19 or 20, and they'd gotten a hold of a bottle of vodka, and I decided to go crazy with it because there was a girl I was trying to impress, and why not swig half a bottle of vodka when I have no experience
Who's
with
the
alcohol?
girl you were trying to impress?
Nicola Beth.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't even remember. I remember that day, but I don't remember you trying to. Well, you didn't really talk to me. Back then.
I didn't really talk to anybody that night. All I did was run around outside of the yard because I thought it was funny because I was drunk. And then the night ended with my laying on the couch long after everybody had left and puking into a bowl and having to dump it out and puke into it.
There
again.
was a little place in the living room that went down into the fireplace.
a
and
little
you,
divot.
Yeah, you puked in there a lot.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did some cleaning up puke that night.
That was very
Ooh.
sweet of you considering we hated each other.
No, we didn't. Then we were roommates, basically.
We ended
Well, you were definitely
on a
puke
bad
mates.
note, even as roommates.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about?
No, I want to
You
talk
want
about
to get
Four-
into this now?
No, I want to get into
You want to
Four-
get into this
Four
right now?
Loko, just to finish it off, because I drank it 2 days
Nick
ago.
is a fucking dickhead. No. No, so yeah. When you drank it and you were texting me about it later, like, I guess I heard about Four Loko. Dave Holmes was talking about it, Never Not Funny,
Oh,
and I had read that article that Aaron brought up, but I didn't know that was associated with Four Loko. And then everyone's
yeah.
talking about it. I see Paolo on Facebook with something about it getting banned, but I didn't know it was happening tomorrow. Which by the time this comes out is a
Not
year
tomorrow.
ago.
Right.
No,
I
this will be
always
out next week.
I always feel like on my podcast, like I always get to it too late.
Yeah, I guess that's the problem with
Not Troll 2.
incorporating
I got
current-
I got to that shit early. Troll 2, I knew all
Troll
about it.
yeah,
That documentary was probably in production before we ever started this podcast.
But still,
I hate to shatter your dream.
It wasn't on the tip of everyone's tongues.
No, that's true. But anyway, I don't mean to imply that my friend Kelly, we were having a nice brunch, me and her and Sam.
With some Four Loko?
Seattle.
Well, we didn't know. And, like, we knew we were going to start. It's Saturday.
Right.
And it was just a day of kicking around and drinking at her house. And so we get into her car, and she's got all this fucking Four Loko, and it's because she heard it was getting banned.
So she just bought a
she
shit
sought
ton
it
of
out, yeah.
Really?
There were like 4 24-ounce cans.
Oh, my God.
2 of which were watermelon.
That's what I've heard. I've heard the watermelon is the best.
No, watermelon. She bought 2 watermelon, 2 fruit punch. Watermelon is fucking disgusting.
Really?
Fruit punch. Although we drank a whole can of watermelon before we moved on to the fruit punch.
Oh
so
my God.
I think I had just
So
adapted
you finished,
myself.
You finished a can of
Well,
it.
not alone. We were like,
Oh, okay.
well,
You were sharing.
there were
Everybody
4
was sharing.
cans. We all had glasses out.
Okay.
And so by the end of the 3-hour brunch time, we essentially each drank a can.
Right.
And-
So wait a minute. Was there any food at this brunch?
Yeah. She
Okay.
made us some delicious.
I'm sorry. I was texting Kelly to bring Four Loko. Did you say you were drinking this inside of the restaurant?
No, this is at Kelly's house.
Oh, I'm
She was
sorry.
making us brunch.
Oh, I gotcha.
See, if you were listening and not texting,
right.
you would have got that.
But I was texting her to bring Four Loko.
Yeah, we got to incorporate this into the show. We can still get a hold of it tonight.
Yeah. When is she coming over? Is she coming over right now?
She's coming over soon.
It's supposed to be like half an hour from now.
Can I stay?
Yes, of course.
Especially if she brings Four Loko.
Yes, of
I think
course.
we're all going to need each other.
Yeah.
Nobody's leaving. That's going to be our pact before we crack open that first. Nobody leaves.
Can I sleep on your toilet?
I do have my own bathroom.
Can you
won't be
wake me
disturbing
up
anybody.
at 5 o'clock in the mornings to go to work?
That's the thing is like, okay, so we got through those 3 cans, and it's about 5, 6.
Right.
By this time, Sam needs to go home. Kelly's going to drive him home. I'm not saying she was drunk. I'm just saying we probably could have busted.
Right. Yeah.
But then we decided we're going to go to Shorty's because Sam lives right across the street. And so the caffeine is what... Because I remember everything up until the point where I took off my jacket at Shorty's and my pot pipe, which I had in my coat pocket, went flying out like as soon as I sat down with my beer. And like crashed, inside the bar in the aisleway.
No.
And
Did
there
it
was
break?
a full bowl in there too. Yes, of course it broke.
Okay.
Oh, you were telling me it was your last bowl.
And I'm trying to scoop up the glass before a dog or a
Oh,
pretty
no.
lady walks by.
Oh, no.
And
Before a dog was.
dogs are allowed in Shorty's. And so
I know, I've been there with
that's
Tim.
really the last thing. I mean, I kind of remember Kelly dropping me off, but then I get home and it's like 7. But fortunately, daylight savings, it's been dark since 4, so I can convince myself it's later. And I don't remember
It's
anything.
like 7 at night.
Yeah.
And
I
you're
don't
fucked up.
Well, I don't.
That's the
remember...
next question. Earliest in the day you've ever been fucked up.
Oh, I can't
Ugh.
answer that honestly without losing some.
Mine's
It's like,
money.
an every weekend thing. though.
Mine was like 1 in the afternoon once, and I was
That's not
fucking
true.
Gone.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nothing.
being far gone so
Being
early in the day.
Oh,
fully
okay.
gone.
That's
to
different.
where like, yeah, I had to
That's
take a
understandable.
Silkwood shower.
Were you
to
watching
wake up.
soccer?
I drank a ton. I ran into this guy Andrew Reel and smoked a ton of pot with him, and I was just fucking done. It was like 1, and I looked at I had gotten off I didn't have to. If you guys must know, I went to work at like 11 o'clock a.m. and then I didn't work, so I sat at the bar and like drank my face off until noon, and then walked home because I used to live really close to there. And this guy picked me up, and at my apartment, we smoked like so much fucking weed that by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I was done.
So the rest of the day was spent in coma or what? Quit
Huh?
fucking looking at your phone.
Yeah, dude.
Sorry, Kelly's not coming over. She just texted me.
Really?
She said she's ditching us for sex. She probably won't appreciate me saying that.
No.
Wait a minute. That means no Four Loko.
I know.
We should have looked at Pit Stop. There was still some there the other day.
Damn it.
But when I got home, all fucked up on this 4 Loko, I didn't feel that fucked up. I was kind of in a fog, and there again, I think the caffeine
Right,
is the weird
right.
part. Because
Yeah.
why do you need that with your alcohol? I just want to pass out. But apparently I did because I got home, and I don't remember anything about what happened when I got home. But the next morning I woke up, and I had like 4 DVDs that I had grabbed from the living room that I was potentially going to watch as if there was a chance in hell. that I would.
Yeah.
I didn't even get any of them into the DVD player. Also, I'm fully clothed, lights still on, my bedroom light and my bathroom light, and my toilet's not flushing. I don't know if that plays a part or if that's just coincidental timing.
It would have been great if you just started pulling stuff out of the toilet. First you got the towel, then you got the umbrella, like, small shovel, a garden spade, or something like that.
Yeah, I just sold this as a spec script for Hangover 3.
Right.
We're going to piece together Nick's pathetic life.
Yeah, and that one Mel Gibson will be.
I'm fighting for it. I'm fighting
Right.
for it.
I'll go show what you guys say.
Who did they
Yeah.
get to replace him as? Oh, Liam Neeson.
Liam
is the
Liam
cameo.
Neeson, yeah.
They also
That's not
signed on.
controversial at all.
They also signed on Bill Clinton.
Oh, I heard that today.
Bill Clinton making a cameo.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Hangover 2.
That guy's a
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's pretty old. He's
He
older.
is.
He's
He
older
is.
than I'd like him to be. Quite frankly, if you want me to be a fan of you, you need to be younger. You know what I mean?
Let me. I got.
Go back to your '90s age.
I
That
got
was better.
Jehovah on speed dial. I'll give him a
Well, he's old, Aaron. He never had a beginning. We'll never have an end.
Remember how daunting that thought was?
I
as a
know,
kid?
it's so scary.
Like, what does that mean?
The only question scarier to me that would pop into my head is, how do I know that what looks blue to you? Sorry, stoner talk.
That was me. I used to obsess over that as a child. Not that we should get into it.
Not with our buddy Aaron here.
Yeah.
I'm fat right now, actually. I'm getting
I don't want to hear it.
bigger and bigger.
I did work out for the first time ever this weekend.
Whoa, where'd you go?
My friend lives in a condo building, and I have the fob to her apartment.
Nice.
So you worked out like in a gym. I've never done that.
Yeah, I mean, it was
I
in a
used to work
condo
out a
gym. It's
little.
not like I'm going to the Y.
Right, I know, but you're using.
But I went at a time of day that I knew nobody else would probably be there, and for the most part, that was true until the cute Mexican.
That's
walked in.
the
After
part
I was
I
fully
hate.
sweating.
That's the part I hate right there. Is like working out where people can see you.
Think about people watching you, and then also on the TV is My Boss's Daughter, starring Ashton Kutcher, because that's what was going on when I worked out. the other day. Although I did go with my friend Kelly, and she is the one that settled upon that channel before we started working out.
Well, you've got a friend there too. That makes all the difference.
Yeah, she's not going to comment too much on how awful I look.
What are you working on? Are you doing back attacks?
What? Huh?
Are you attacking your back?
First, explain what that means. Then I'll mock you.
I know a guy who works out all the time, and one time he said that he was going to go do some back attacks. I don't know. I thought it was a Zach Morris cover band at first, but
Well, I got
Turns out
some Saved
it's
by the Bell news
exercise.
for you too.
It's
but
like my
hold
back,
on.
my back boobs are
Saved by
growing.
the
here.
Bell news.
Yeah.
Interrupt
Oh,
everything
geez.
for it.
No, I first want to explain my motivation. I've gained 10 to 15 pounds since I got a job, which was only 3 months ago. And that's because when I didn't have a job for
That
so
is
long,
rapid.
You
I
want
know.
to bump it?
Let's bump it. I'm just saying, like, it happened fast, and I'm so insecure about it now. Like, I wasn't slobby enough already in my everyday appearance. But, like, I don't need that extra weight. And, like, there were pictures that came up on Facebook from Halloween, PJ, which we talked about recently on the show. I was so fucking... There was one
I
picture...
didn't notice that from any of those pictures.
There was one picture in particular that
I noticed how
thankfully
white-
was not tagged in.
I noticed how fat my wife had gotten, but
Oh,
that was terrible.
Oh,
And please
boy.
cut that out. Here's an alternate take. I noticed how fat I had gotten.
That's going to be a flawless cut. But yeah, so it was one picture in particular of me that made me decide I got to fucking change my lifestyle a little bit. And Kelly works out all the time anyway at this same condo building because she
Yeah.
also has a fob.
And it is working for her.
It really is.
I say that sounding sarcastic, but being sarcastic.
That's just
as
your
well.
demeanor. Yes. But I don't have any, like, I came up with this idea drunkenly, of course, putting those calories in my body. I'm like,
were
we're
you,
gonna work,
were
I'm
you
gonna start
drinking
working
Four
out.
Loco and you were like, I need to go to work?
Side effect.
You like
No,
woke
although
up in
It was the very next
Take me to
day
the
that I drank a
hospital.
bunch of Four Loko. But she's like, yeah, you should come with me Saturday. Let's do it Saturday. And I was like, yeah. And she's told me since, and probably even that night, you're not going to go with me. I'm going to text you, and you're not. And I was like, as long as you don't want to go anytime before 11 a.m., I'm fine to go.
Right.
And she didn't. She texted me right at 11. You want to work out? And I was like, yeah. And so I don't have, because I don't want to buy workout clothes before I commit to working out. And so I had to improvise this first time out just to get a feel for it. So I have pajama pants with a cigarette hole in them from the mansion trip.
That's fine. That's
Mhm.
fine. That's all good.
These tennis shoes.
Your typical gym
That's
attire.
perfect. Perfect.
And a stretched out shirt that I don't know where it came. I didn't care about it being stained because I knew I was going to sweat a lot.
Got it from Barry.
But yeah, it's like an extra large, but the extra large that's all in the width of it.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah,
So
that's
I think there was
that's
some
good.
midriff going while I was working out. Like the whole thing had to have been terrible.
Yeah.
No.
That's how any homosexual works out, really.
What I will say though is that don't run on the treadmill with those shoes on.
I didn't. I went on the
Because
elliptical with
you
these
will
shoes
get
on.
you will get shocked.
Will I?
Yeah.
Well, the soles are
Your
pretty
shit
much
will
worn
get
out of
shocked.
these.
Well,
Anyway,
that's the thing. It's like
They're
smooth
made
surface.
out of mylar. We
Yeah.
should mention that. They're moon boots.
oh man, that would be intense. Moon boots on the elliptical.
Oh my god.
So I did 15 minutes on the elliptical, thinking that didn't seem too unreasonable.
It'd be like
until
a double workout.
So, well, she didn't come up with a 15-minute thing. Like I just started it to see how it worked, and then I just kept going. And there's this clock staring at you the whole time.
Right.
And I think it's at minute 3 that she's like, "Yeah, we'll just go to 15 and then we'll switch." And I'm like, "Holy God!" But I didn't want to be the one. I didn't want to bail my first time out, like
Right,
trying to
right.
do an elliptical for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I powered through, and she says I was doing it right. I'm pretty sure I started it backwards, if that's possible. But eventually I got into the flow of it, and I'm trying to focus on. The reason I bring up my boss's daughter is because that's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
And
Yeah.
If you're talking about the Tara Reid Ashton
Topher-
Kutcher vehicle.
Yes. And so
No,
Ashton
wasn't that
Kutcher's in it.
Topher or something?
No, that's In Good Company, which is about him dating his boss's daughter.
Yes.
No, wait,
No,
he was
he's the boss.
Yeah. He was the young boss.
The movie that was
Who's
almost
the
called
boss?
Synergy. Sure.
The movie where at the end, I almost screamed at some guy in the movie theater.
Okay.
Might be for another day, but have you ever seen In Good Company? It's all
Yeah, I saw it.
about daughters and stuff.
I own it only
You,
because somebody
you
gave it
guys
to me.
totally just missed my awesome joke.
Oh, I'm sorry. He was the boss.
Who's the boss?
Oh, I'm gonna go by his.
Hello.
Oh yeah, are we cutting out here?
What just happened?
I don't know.
Is it still recording?
Yeah, we're
It
still
is.
recording.
Huh.
Anyway, I destroyed that. But
We really ruined your joke twice in a row.
My God.
When you were going hello, obviously indicating that something's wrong with the mic.
You didn't know because you can't hear anything. Yeah.
I'm not wearing headphones, but also I thought you were just doing one of those pulling at your collar, like,
Oh.
is this thing on type deals?
yeah, that's what I thought too. It really is.
I thought you were doing a bit.
Well, you
Anyway,
can keep that in there
let's
and
give it a
then just
third.
cut this.
Let's give it a third try.
Who's the boss?
Angela, right? Is that what we're looking for?
Boom.
I'm gonna go by Mr. Danza, which is what he goes by in his reality show,
Teach.
which had 2 great
Teach.
episodes and then became the most scripted. You should watch it.
It had
because
2 great episodes.
two
I'm stuck there.
2 great episodes of him becoming an English teacher, and then turned into the most scripted piece of garbage you have ever seen in your life. Like, it was really real in the beginning, and then it was like just always like the cameras would happen to catch the principal scolding him because he got a call from his agent to go be in some show, and then they show him filming the show and shit like that. Like, it became ridiculous. At first, it was very sweet.
But what
though.
show would he be on, though?
First
wa-
question.
It,
Good
it,
one.
wa-
Good
it,
one.
wa- it was
Yeah.
like an Atlantic City stage show that he was doing.
Oh, okay.
And I predict in
okay.
2 seasons after the show's fizzled and gone,
Oh, yeah.
Dancing with the Stars, he'll be on that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If he hasn't
Good
already,
call.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bristol Palin will be back.
Mhm. And all the
He'll be-
Tea Partiers voting for her will obviously vote for Tony Danza.
Did you hear when Bristol Palin was asked by like some TMZ reporter or something? It's like, who did you vote for? She goes, oh, my mom's gonna be really mad, but I didn't vote.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Inside Edition told me all about that.
Right. I think that's where I saw it
It
too.
was like a week-long thing. And then,
Who's
like,
that, Deborah Norville?
John
She's still doing
McCain's
that?
Oh, yeah.
daughter's reaction to her not voting and shit like that. And then, how's Dancing with the Stars going? Oh, you know, I still look fat and dance like a moron, but
That's verbatim, correct?
people like my mom, so...
Have
I
you
like,
guys seen-
I like how you don't get political about politics, only about, like, Dancing with the Stars.
Right. Have you
Like,
guys
fuck
seen
you,
You never get
Sarah
political about
Palin's
politics, would you?
new
Alaska.
reality series?
Sarah Palin's Alaska.
Yeah.
She owns it, right?
I meant to DVR it, but
Not to be all highfalutin and impress you guys, but I read a New Yorker article about the first episode recently.
Whoa.
Woo, do tell, smarty pants.
She's in
I didn't
full
understand
makeup
most of the
fishing.
words, so I'll get back to you on that. Seriously, I flip right to the movie reviews, and even those are hard for me to process. They're just
What's
talking about
that?
127
but
hours.
at least you have the New York Times in your bathroom.
New Yorker.
New Yorker.
The
dude.
New
That's
Yorker.
even more highfalutin than
yeah,
the New York
it
Times.
it impresses me every time.
What's that word? Tuh?
And I
He?
don't even try to open it. I really
The
don't.
drugs are funny sometimes, if you don't read the captions, because then I'm just lost.
My
Yeah.
bathroom.
Oh God, those things are the worst.
So you're anti-New Yorker.
No. Just those stupid cartoons that or the comics that.
Yeah,
they
most
have
of
in
them are
there.
dumb.
It's just so dumb, and I think that's what it's gotten to now. Anyway, that's like the whole point of those.
I like
cartoons
Dilbert.
Anyway. You like
Dilbert in there.
I was never a fan of Dilbert.
He's really smart.
I was a huge fan of Garfield,
The cartoon or the comic strip?
the comic strip.
I was
At
a
what
fan of
age?
the cartoon.
Because I remember getting
Up until
family
like
circus books from the library when I was in elementary
you were
school.
into Family Circus.
Well, I think we
Really?
we were into
Really?
going to the library and getting books that like you didn't have to read at all. So
Dolly Hit Me
Right,
Back
right,
is
right.
probably still my top 10 books of all time.
Dolly.
I do remember specifically
The Adventures
getting
of Pippin. Although that was very wordy. No, but Garfield, man, like up until the age of maybe like 9 or 10, funniest thing on earth.
that. Yeah, well,
And then you go back and read it now, it's
Obesity
like
is funny.
nothing.
The only
Nothing is
reason-
funny about that cartoon.
The only reason I remember reading Garfield was just easy to read, and that's why I didn't read Dilbert. Really, it was easy. That's why I read For Better or For Worse. You know that one.
yeah, that's not easy to read though. That
Yeah,
doesn't
it
fall
was.
into
It was
there.
like big bubbles, and it was like one joke.
No,
and
that was
every
the one strip that was contextual. Like they were doing the, like April actually ages with us as we're reading
right.
it.
Yeah,
real-
yeah,
real time
totally.
aging.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like as a 3-panel strip, there was never. It wasn't really small print like Dilbert or like.
Dilbert's not that small a print, dude.
Yeah.
He used words, man.
Didn't you? You just
That
got new
was-
glasses, right? Yeah.
I'm talking about back then. All right. I didn't really want to read them. Or Hagar the Horrible. Who can
No.
read that shit?
Hey, that was a bad one too.
I never read Merryworth, but I did jerk off to it.
Yeah, was Mary Worth the soap
Oh,
opera
I used to
one?
Yeah,
jerk.
yeah, yeah.
I used to jerk off to Kathy.
Oh, eek. I
No,
agree.
it's-
The only
Any
First of all, let
chocolate.
me correct you. So the
th-
listener
there are
doesn't.
only 3 things better than Kathy, and that's chocolate, chocolate, chocolate.
Okay, you made up for it, but I think her expression is ack. Isn't it ack?
Yeah, it's
Ack,
ack.
I think
It's
you're
And then also her catchphrase was, "I have sweat pouring out of my forehead."
I will
I was
say,
big into Calvin and Hobbes, of course. Let's jerk off to
that's
that.
I was just gonna say.
good.
I was just gonna say that was like
Foxtrot, I was a big fan of. I know that's still
Foxtrot
going
was still
on.
funny. Yeah. Calvin and Hobbes, man. I recently went back to my parents' house and I found this big box of like all these old comic books and stuff and had a bunch of those big, thick, like Calvin and Hobbes books. You
Yeah,
know?
I've got a bunch of those there in my
Oh
bathroom.
man, and I
Also
started
known as
looking
my
through
reading
them.
nook.
Yeah, they're still funny.
Yeah,
I
no,
still
it,
love 'em.
It holds up.
Yeah. It definitely does.
I recommend the Calvin and Hobbes 10th anniversary book. He talks about how the
Any Spaceman
everybody's
Spiff
fucking
in
him
there?
over. Yeah, Spaceman Spiff.
Oh, okay.
Talk about people fucked him
Bill
over.
Watterson, the creator of Calvin and Hobbes, like he was able to tell the stories behind these famous comic strips,
Really?
and most of it was very meta and really commenting on how the newspaper industry was fucking him over all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
If you promise to hang out with us ever again, you can borrow that from me tonight before you leave.
Don't
I
do
If
it.
you're really thinking about this for a
I
long
will
time.
make that promise right now. I'll make that promise.
It took too long, dude. Take it back. Take the offer back. We don't need this guy.
Hey, how's this for a callback? So my boss's daughter, when I'm working out, like it's on TV and we're watching it, and I can't for the because there was a period in Ashton Kutcher's career where he did
Kutcher.
like Kutcher. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
There was a point in Ashton McCutcheon's career where he was doing like a movie like this every 6 months.
Sure.
And
Just
so-
married with
Just
Brittany
married.
with then
Yeah.
But I
girlfriend
knew it
Brittany
wasn't that
Murphy.
one because I remember that was Brittany Murphy. But I'm watching this for the whole
God
half
rest
hour,
her
I'll say,
soul.
that I worked out. 15 minutes on the elliptical, 15 minutes on the stationary. But the whole time I can't figure out who Michael Madsen showing up.
As soon as
Andy
Terrence
Richter walks
Terrence
through.
Stamp walks in, you have to know what it is, right?
I didn't get to that scene.
Terrence
I don't
Stamp?
think.
Maybe it was Malcolm McDowell. Maybe it was neither. Maybe it was John Slattery.
But
Other
I-
white-haired people. Maybe it was Santa Claus. I don't know. I think it was Terrence Stamp.
Fuck, maybe it was Steve Austin.
Steve Martin.
I knew it wasn't Guess Who because there was not a single black person in the scenes I saw. But anyway, that's it. Oh, also, while I was after I had been on the elliptical for 15 minutes, I seriously thought I was going to pass out for the first time since that time at the old house with the vodka. And so I literally feel like I'm drinking as much water as I can because there's a fountain there. And then I tell Kelly while she's still plowing away on the machine because she's so awesome and energetic. So I'm sitting outside in the courtyard, but I'm just right outside the gym, and I'm fucking disgusting. This is the first chance I have to take a look at myself, and not only is it pit stains, but there's my whole shirt, it's just
wet.
breast stains.
Oh man.
And then it's just dripping. I'd already gone to the bathroom twice and ran water through my hair because my hair is pretty long right now, and when I was working out on the machine, I could just. There's a reason they have those Santa Claus things.
Yeah.
Put the bandana on.
I will next time. I know better now.
Yeah.
But anyway, while I was sitting out there recouping and then getting ready to go on the stationary bike, and then it was going to be over, and I knew that. These people come walking through the courtyard. One lady, middle-aged, pantsuit, with this young couple, and she's giving them a tour of the building, trying to get them to get a place. And the guy is super friendly, so she's like, "This is our gym. Oh, looks like he's just been working out." And the guy's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I'm like, I literally cannot talk.
Hey,
and I think I probably turned them away from an investment opportunity.
Guys, don't worry. My friend gave me the key. It does happen a lot.
I could not have looked more disgusting. There is no reason for those people to want to. And I don't live there. That's the thing. But they assume I do.
Right.
They assume I'm in that gym sweating it up every day.
It'd be funny with just the
and my boss's daughter is on TV. They can see that through the window.
With just a little.
That actually made them buy it.
That brought them back around.
They bought it in. Yeah.
It comes with the FX. I'm in. If with the little bit of energy you can muster, you just went. I have a hole in my pants.
Cigarette burn.
Sold.
Dude, my wife kind of talked me into joining the gym next to our house, which is Gold's Gym.
That's how it starts, buddy. Don't let her
Up
get
on
control of
Ahura.
you that way.
Well, it sounded like a good idea at the time because I was like, okay, yeah, I need to start getting in shape, all that good stuff. I go for a good solid 2 weeks. And then I just drop off the fucking deep end, and that's how it always happens too. And I knew that was going to happen. That's why I didn't want to sign up for a year-long contract.
You said 2 weeks you went?
2 weeks. Yeah.
How frequently a week in that 2 weeks?
I was going at 3 days a week for 2 weeks.
That's where I'm going to start. And the days that I don't work, and the days.
Shouldn't you ease yourself into it? I don't
Well,
know.
if I only do half
You guys
hour
are
every
talking.
day.
You guys are talking about my gym experience like it was something that was a pinnacle of my gym career. That was fucking 2 weeks, man. That was pretty pitiful. Actually.
I've gone 1 day so far.
Yeah, we'll keep going. Try it.
I think I will. I got to buy some appropriate clothes before I go again.
You know what you need is some really short shorts. Use some Nair.
Yeah.
And just wear your shorts.
Just make a whole thing out of it.
Yeah.
I got a bee in my bonnet and went to sign up at the Y in town, and then a girl who I know and find pretty attractive was working the counter. So I was just like, "Oh yeah, I was just looking at the schedule," or I said something weird. I
thought my wife worked here. Sorry.
I grabbed something off the board and was like, "Yeah, this is what I'm looking for." I didn't want to be like, "Hey, I want to sign up for the gym." Don't
you guys
think I've
have a
gotten fat lately?
You guys have a master's swim program.
I'm just here for the Cliff Bars. I'm going to fill my pockets and go.
She's going to try to upsell me on the triangle room and everything. And I'm going to be like, okay.
Yeah, but I.
What do you think about men's balls at the gym? I honestly think that's something holding me back.
I don't
see. Margaret's gym is different.
I don't really
because I can just go shower at her house after the fact. Yeah.
Yeah, I never showered there.
Yeah.
And I never checked out men's balls.
Okay.
But if you showered there, you probably
Neither?
would have.
You didn't
Neither.
do either?
I didn't.
It's one or the other, I would have assumed.
Yeah, I didn't
It's
do
true.
either.
You can't
of
really
those
do
things.
both.
Right. You got to pick one, dude.
You're either taking a shower or checking out someone's balls.
No, but so I basically, Mairead tried to get me to go. She tried to get
That's
me,
your
and then
wife,
I would go.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would go maybe sporadically, throughout this whole year-long contract that I had. And then at one point, I was like, man, we are paying fucking, something like $60 a month for me to not go there.
Yeah.
And so I finally called up, and I had this whole story built up in my head.
Oh, they're ready for that. Don't think they aren't.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And so I was like, look, I just lost my job. And
So all
you know,
these are,
the
this is all
economy's really
lies,
bad.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my job was pretty secure at that point, actually. And I call them up.
They paid
and
for
she's
my
like,
gym
well,
membership. I
you
just
know,
didn't want
you
it
can't-
anymore.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you signed a contract. You can't get out of it. And I was just like, let me talk to your fucking manager. Like, I tried to do it like I was half crying, like I was really scared about the next bill that was going to come through. And it didn't
You got
fucking
some
work.
chops, buddy.
Oh man, dude, it was terrible. It was terrible. It was a funky scene.
How'd that pan out?
It didn't, and and we ended up paying for it for the next 6 months.
Do you have any guest pass? Maybe Nick will go with you. next time.
No, dude, I finally canceled it. I finally canceled it.
You don't want to see this
It's
guy.
been a
Thank
year,
God. Thank
Yeah.
God.
but
I'm gonna start working out. I swear
that
to God.
goddamn gym.
I did it. I did it once. And I think I can. Really, what's holding me back now is how ridiculous I looked. Like, I just need to buy the proper attire. Get me some sweatpants, some running shoes.
An armband for your iPod.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You know what you should do?
Probably a
You
new
should-
iPod while I'm at
You know
it.
what's-
Laptop, HD TV. I'm going to start working out, guys.
Reno Center, here I come.
Buy your own fold-up elliptical trainer, or buy one of those with the guy with the ponytail. Buy a gazelle. You can put it in your living room. And
Buy a
just-
Segway, but I heard those aren't safe.
Drive off
No,
the cliff. Too sad.
I think we talked about that on my show, didn't we? But the
Speaking
guy,
of your show,
the Segway guy, the Segway on a
Speaking of
Segway on a
Segways.
Segway. Yeah.
By the way, where I live now, very popular running past some nice looking ladies running by every day.
oh, right out there
That's
in
pretty
the,
good.
the field they got
And
right
no
there,
matter how cold the weather is, they get hot when they run and they dress appropriately. Let me tell you.
Awesome. They can't be nicer than living next to a bunch of 70-year-old prostitutes. I like to
might
call
have
them.
that beat. Do you know
I-
how close Ballard High School is to here? It's like a block and a half away.
I live literally across the street from a middle school. So
Yeah, you do.
take that.
Turns out you could beat me.
That's
Right.
and middle school is so weird because
Beat you in perviness. Yeah.
I will say I see these kids walk by every day, and middle school is really like the changing years for kids because you see who I assume are the sixth graders in there with the shirts like Princess and the Frog or maybe something more recent, but shirts like that, and then you also see the girls who are only 2 years older and who came into sixth grade wearing
They're
these
wearing
clothes.
like Nirvana shirts.
No, they're wearing like
They're wearing the shirts that say Slaughtercross and beads, right?
or something
Diamonds,
like that, or like a
Princess.
Nirvana shirt cut
Juicy.
into tattered rags and put on them.
You're talking middle school here?
Yeah, middle school, like
That's
eighth graders coming out, and it's really like you can see the young ones coming in and the old ones coming out, and
So it's
It's
like
a
a
big
factory
fucking
for
difference.
douchebaggery.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, let me tell you, if ever I'm taking a walk around the block, sneaking a cigarette,
See? You do it. I'm not responsible for your constantly confessing to smoking.
and that school bell rings, I hightail it for home. Because middle schoolers are pretty mean. I'm pretty sure they've made fun of me a couple of times. I can never quite hear them because I'm too busy like singing nervously to myself.
See, high school, I can kind of see that. But middle school, who cares what they're talking about?
They're the
Remember what you
meanest.
talked about in middle school?
Yeah, I was fucking mean to people.
Yeah, totally. I
Like-
was too. I always look back on those years of my life too, and I was like, man, I
They
just
were
shake my
like,
head.
Ugh.
Yeah, it just makes you kind of cringe.
Yeah.
You know?
I was riding my bike to work in Yakima, and did I ever talk about this? Like, I was riding next to a school bus, and all the kids were outside.
I think you just told me this.
They were like middle schoolers, and they're like, "Hey, you look like a faggot. Hey, you look like a
Whoa.
faggot. Hey, faggot." And then and then there's a red light, and I'm stopped there, and I'm on my bike, and the bus is right next to me. It's like 3 feet away from me, and these little heads are sticking out of the window, repeatedly calling me a faggot. And where's their bus driver? That's what I want to know. Where's their bus driver? It was humiliating.
Dude, when I was in, I think it was elementary school, might have been 5th or 6th grade. One of the kids on the bus, we had started this thing where we would throw things out the window when cars were behind the bus. A kid took
Where's
out
the bus driver?
Where is she?
pair of scissors. Took a pair of scissors and threw them at the car
Oh.
behind us. And the guy,
Where does it land? Windshield?
right on the hood of his car. Luckily, it didn't hit his windshield. But so the guy sped up. He stopped the bus
Oh my god!
by like waving the bus driver down, and like, oh man, I have
How
never
annoying.
seen
It's like
a
get
bus
over it,
driver
guy.
so pissed. No, don't get over that, dude. That guy was totally in the right.
There's scissors
in his car.
That's the
Stop
kind of
the
guy
bus.
I'm gonna be. Like that's
You'll
like,
stop a bus?
fuck these kids. I'm not taking this crap.
I'm on Aaron's side.
Yeah.
I'm on your side.
Totally.
I bet
I
the
would-
bus driver wish he would have just kept on going. That's for sure.
Oh no, man. No.
That's on their head.
She was really happy to get us in trouble.
We had mean bus drivers that, like,
We never took the bus.
I did. I went to highly capable classes at Bose Elementary, my friend.
Oh, my bad. My
So-
bad.
Highly capable.
Way to
And
throw that credential in my face.
and I was on the track team in 7th grade.
Where'd you go, Stanford?
Every day on the bus.
Justin Timberlake played PJ in the Social Network.
The-
Oh wait, no, he didn't go to school. That joke does not work.
there were some large. Whenever the bus would go over,
Are
a
they large
bump-
or are they large? Okay, no.
What you're not listening to is that large
Anything.
Marge was the bus driver.
Large Marge. Pee Wee Herman's Big
I
Adventure.
swear her eyes would just bug straight out of her head. When we got on the
Oh
bus.
man.
No, if you sat right on
And
the
I
back
ripped
wheels,
the label right off the mattress.
was that Jimmy? No, that wasn't Jimmy Smith. Never mind.
No,
No,
it was
no.
not.
I'm on a Tommy Knockers kick lately. I'm sorry.
Tommy
But-
Knockers.
If you sat right on the back wheel well,
Cat
when
people.
it would go over a bump, you would like jump really high, and this bus driver fucking caught onto it because we would all like fight over who. Well, not me. I stayed out of it. I knew I could never sit there, but like the kids would fight over who would sit there. So then she would put a broomstick over that half of the bus, so you couldn't even go back there. Like, how mean of a fucking bus driver is that? Like, you're at home and you're like, fuck these kids. I'm going to put a broomstick there so that they can't sit in their favorite seat.
Kids or no, I think
Thick-
you can beat a broomstick.
Yeah, pretty
That
much.
doesn't
You
have to
can
be.
you
No,
can actually walk
no.
over it.
Wait, but
That's what I'm thinking.
but can you really?
Do you have
Or
any
you can
limbo
or you can
experience at all?
yeah, you can limbo under it. That's
but
what I
can
was
you
gonna say.
really? It's you walk onto a school bus and they've cordoned off half the bus. You're just gonna fucking step over it and sit down and be all Ferris Bueller about it.
Well, think about this though. Think about if you were that bus driver, and like, and think about all the kids. Like, what kids do that can get them into trouble.
If I was that
And
bus
especially
driver,
nowadays too. Like, I mean, parents are real quick to like jump up and just pull the sue card.
yeah,
You know, like you can't. Shit, man. If you're a bus driver, you're in charge of those kids when they're on the bus. Like, you can't
I honestly think that if I was a bus driver, I
can't
wouldn't.
let them get into trouble.
I wouldn't be thinking about anything other than like just trying to picture them all naked. And that's the God's honest truth.
We talking high school age at least?
Community college.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm
Oh,
totally
yeah,
in the
yeah.
clear. You know those
Yeah,
community
yeah.
college bus drivers.
Sure,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
all
totally.
over the place.
Yeah.
I hear that's the most prominent career in Seattle.
Was
right
that
now.
Sound Transit or something like
they,
that?
they have a class at the community college to be one of those bus
Right.
drivers. 6-month program.
I think they do that at Shoreline.
One more thing, guys, about
And-
these high
and-
school kids.
Yeah, we gotta let this guy go eventually.
I know. One more thing about these high school kids and their antics. Okay, I literally do live a block away from a high school.
Right.
And
Ballard
so-
High.
Yes. Let's just give my
Throw
full
a
address
junior
while we're at it.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. People know now. But yeah. So okay. So I decided that I'm hungry at about 12:30, 1 o'clock every
Did you
day.
say I'm hungry?
I don't know what that's in reference to.
Beer.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's in response to the beer I've drank.
Oh, okay. So if I decide I want to go to Taco Bell, God forbid, because it's within walking distance,
If Yo Quiero Taco Bell.
yeah.
Wonderful establishment.
Um.
Is there a Pizza Hut in there too?
Well, there's a teriyaki place also, like right on this block at the end of the block.
I love.
I gotta walk like a third of a block to have some delicious teriyaki. But if I go between 12 and 1 any day during the week, it's gonna be fucking
Packed. Crowded.
balls to the wall kids, high school kids everywhere.
Right,
Oh,
right.
Like, so I gotta
yeah.
wait forever.
Yeah, that's
and
a game
they're
changer.
All, they have no respect for anybody.
Yeah,
No.
they don't.
They're all assholes.
And did you?
Huh?
I think I was a meaner teenager than you, but I didn't have respect for anybody.
But we didn't even go to public high school.
No, I know. I'm just
I'm
talking
talking about
in
at
general.
this age,
At the
they're
mall and
all just
shit.
trying to impress their friends.
Yeah.
Right, right.
And they
Everybody's
come
trying to be the
10-person
badass.
cliques.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm at this teriyaki place just the other day, and these kids, like, because it's so backed up and it takes so long to make, like, I'm there for like 20 minutes, and there are these two guys, like 15, 16 years old, hanging out by the fountain soda machine the whole time, and just creating different drinks, and, oh no, this sucks, let's try this one. And then they can hear, this is how close it is, they can hear the school bell ring, and they'll be like, oh shit, we're 5 minutes late, I can't believe we didn't get kicked out of here. They weren't there to buy food, ever.
Really?
Yeah, and I didn't.
Oh, wait, they're on lunch break?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
I didn't say I was waiting to get a soda this whole time too.
Right.
I could have just pushed them aside, considering that there are 150 pounds between the two of them.
Yeah, I'd probably get in there,
These
but then they'd
kids,
talk
these
about me
kids and their
I'd get mad.
behavior.
Fucking kids.
God
keep-
damn it.
keep
that
them
would have
on-
been a better
keep 'em
story,
on
but I was so
campus.
distracted by the sounds going on outside.
That's all right.
I think she's gone
Yes. Yes. Now the shit starts. You ever seen Eyes Wide Shut?
Wait, I was gonna say, dude, I brought my mask. It's in my bag.
Because if you've seen Eyes Wide Shut, what I really mean is the Clockwork Orange.
Right.
I'm gonna get weird and British.
Yeah.
I may have stolen this from
Whenever somebody gets British, that means they get weird.
Future British. Don't forget.
Yeah, weird future British.
You guys say eyes
Future
wide
British
shut.
where you dress like you're in the
Hold on, I got one,
70s.
PJ. You guys say eyes wide shut. I say mouth wide open. Come on, right?
That's it. On the podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
Did I steal that from that show?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
I just stole the line. Hey, we never do conclusions, but here it is. Never mind.
Was that
His
a
name's Aaron. The show's
air
raid.
hyphen raid dot net?
Yes. Is it a hyphen?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I think a hyphen.
Dash.
Yeah, it's a hyphen is the two dots.
A hyphen and a dash are the same things, guys.
No, colon is the two dots.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
I am
yeah.
correct.
Because if you were divorced and your name
Huh.
would be something like
So every time you promote your show, you say air dash raid dot net?
Yeah.
I'd go hyphen. Extra
No,
syllable, you sound a little
dash.
smarter.
dashraid.net.
See, it rolls off the tongue with
Yeah.
the dash raid.
Dashraid.
Yeah.
Nick's not a poet.
Yeah.
Nick,
Unlike PJ.
Nick's not familiar with higher education.
I'm so much
Yeah.
not a poet that
You didn't even know it.
thank you, Aaron. With that
Done.
stellar joke,
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
we're really losing control.
Oh boy.
He's taking off his glasses, PJ. Is he serious?
We talked about it a little bit off air, but who are some of the most recent guests you've had?
Well,
And by the way, I'm only cutting this short because I know that you have to wake up so early.
I know.
Because you
That's
told me that. I could hang
totally
out
cool.
for hours.
Totally
but-
cool.
One of these couches
Totally
does
cool.
fold out, Aaron.
no, we just had we just did a really cool show. We've been doing like we've got a 3-part series going on right now with with local musicians. Part 1 was with an old friend of mine, Tito Ramsey, who's a very cool guy, really good kind of electronic style music. And we just had Ben Varellen of Helmsley and Roy and Harkonnen came on and talked a little
And
bit about
MTV.
right. He talked about being in Helmsley and being in these bands and touring in Europe and being on BBC sessions and his amplifier business that he owns now here in Seattle in the Fremont neighborhood called Varellen Amplifiers. And yeah, they just released this like short documentary. It's really, really short. It's like 3 minutes long on his business that was aired on MTV.com, I guess. And
Oh, I thought
yeah,
you were
super
joking with
cool,
your
yeah.
MTV.
no,
Can you tell me a little bit? I'm sorry, I'm so unfamiliar.
Did you not listen?
I didn't hear that one.
well, this actually just came out today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Don't
So-
pin me to the fucking
Yeah,
wall, buddy.
I read
Yeah,
about it.
PJ.
But
No, I'm saying, did you listen? He just explained the whole thing.
no, I know. No,
Yeah.
I
The guy sells ferrets, and they did a documentary about him.
Super, super cool guy. But on our next episode 23, we got Star Anna and her laughing dogs.
No
coming
way.
on. Yeah.
Hold on. I'm not
we got a
speaking for
fan
me
here,
here.
guys.
Well,
we got a friend
you
of
said
a
Star
fan.
Anna's going to be on our next show?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay. Sorry.
You want to come and check it out?
I would love to.
It's on Saturday.
And I have a couple of friends, Margaret, who is a gym I use. She was mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
She's obsessed. Like,
Really?
didn't Star Anna play Bumbershoot
Yes.
this last year?
Yeah,
and
Mike McCready played with them, I guess.
then she did a show. Where was it? Was it the Croc or something? Anyway, Margaret's all about her, and she just made me a CD, and I really like it. It would
Well,
be
why
really...
don't you come and hang out on Saturday and
Whoa, guys.
And check it
Wait,
out.
I think if I
I am
can't,
starstruck.
I think if I can't be there, Nick shouldn't be there. It's just because I don't want an unfairness thing where you like him better than me because you hung out with him more times.
And plus, you don't listen to music. Butt out.
I like
Yeah.
Star. I love
That's
Star
a huge
Annie.
get, dude. Get on iTunes.
I'm fucking trying, man.
Yeah, come
I
on.
really am. I'm trying my
I'm
best
so flattered
here.
that you've been hanging out in my bedroom for 2 hours, getting guests like Star Anna.
Why not?
And I
I
don't mean
love
to
you
shit
guys.
on
I
the
love you guys.
MTV.com guy.
I'm
I
like-
just really know Star Anna all of a sudden.
I don't mean to shit on anybody who you're about to interview, but for your third interview, I've heard that there's this guy, Kurt Cobain, who's really doing something different in Seattle. And it's like he wore a flannel because he was cold, and now everyone at the mall is wearing it. So.
I'm
Including
Googling him
me.
right now.
In your brother's bedroom.
I just looked him up. Apparently, he's unavailable at the moment.
Yeah. Actually, he's coming on next week. Yeah,
All
his
right.
soul.
Well, what else you got?
Maybe Jonathan Brandis.
I mean,
will
my
open for him.
enthusiasm that can't be topped now. Star Anna. That's a good episode.
Yeah, but we've got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and yeah, like I said, Star Anna's coming on episode 23, which will air. I don't know when is this show going up.
We've been better about it. About
Yeah.
Wednesday or Thursday of every week.
Week from
Preferably
tomorrow.
Okay.
Wednesday.
Week from tomorrow. November.
Okay.
Well, nobody knows when we're recording.
November 25th-ish.
Okay, so
whatever
the,
that Wednesday
the
is.
Star Anna episode will be up.
Hey, we
the
saved
time
you
you
for
hear this.
Thanksgiving week, buddy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Everyone's
Thank
going to be
you
listening,
guys.
talking to their parents. No thanks.
I'm gonna be listening to this episode.
I hope you do. Anything else? You're on Facebook, I know.
Yeah, we're on Facebook, and
You got a Twitter account?
We've got a Twitter account, which I don't really update, but
Amen,
please,
brother.
please follow us and friend us on Facebook. We can be.
You've clearly
we can
never
be
plugged Twitter.
internet
You use it
friends.
so little. You should say what your Twitter name is. Is it Air?
Oh, it's Air Raid
Dash
Net.
Raid?
Air Raid Net.
Okay.
Yeah.
No punctuation.
And yeah,
Except-
no punctuation.
Except the symbol.
Right, and then you can look us up on the interwebs at our website air-raid.net or air-raid.net.
Just for me,
Raid.
I appreciate that.
Whatever you do, not air colon.
Right. You know
Not
what? Oh, one thing that I wanted to say
You're
to you
pointing
guys,
at me, Nick.
both of you,
Okay.
is that you guys should get on Stitcher.
I think you mentioned that at the tail end of the episode that we were on of your show.
Right.
And I meant to ask and never did. What is Stitcher?
Stitcher is like Pandora Radio for podcasts,
Really?
and it's really
Because
cool.
I just recently got addicted to Pandora working at my office job.
Dude, Stitcher.
Really?
You'll love it.
So it'll
Yeah.
go through a whole hour and a half podcast.
Yeah, and it
whatever
only plays the most recent episode.
Uh-huh.
And it's a great thing.
Why don't you guys talk about it on Saturday?
You look so sad for real.
It's fine. I don't care. You know what? I don't care about Stitcher, so.
Oh, wow. I'll give you a Star Anna mix to listen to on the way home. You'll feel like you were
All
there.
right, well, thank you. I'd like that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for having me on. This has been a real treat.
It's been a pleasure.
It's
And again,
been a pressure, and I mean it.
A pressure.
never gets old, BJ.
I'd like to thank my dad for that joke. Pleasure. I want to shake your hand on mic.
That's not really coming across on mic.
No, you can't even hear it. Wait, hold on.
That made a noise.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Fight. It must have been a happy time. It must